Hi there, this is Darlene from darlenestampinspot.com. I'm an independent demonstrator in the US, and today my tutorial is going to be a super cute little treat that could be for Valentine's or any other time depending on the paper that you use or the stamps. All the products that I'm using today are brand new from the January to April 2024 mini catalog from Stampin' Up. And I've got my page marked right here. This hybrid bundle, it's called the Adoring Hearts bundle. It's got a stamp set, an embossing folder, and a set of dies. And today I'm just using the dies because I needed a little heart right here. So there's that. And the paper that I'm using is actually free with a $50 purchase. And it is the, oops, thought I had it. Here we go. Most Adored Designer Series paper. And it's full of red, real red, and flirty flamingo. And the reverse side is gold and white. Super pretty. So let me bring in my Simply Scored and we can get started. Here's the cute little tapered treat box that we're making. And it's got this tuck fold here. And inside it will hold 2 Hershey Nuggets. There we go. And I'm going to start with a piece of real red cardstock. And this is 5 inches by 6.5 inches. So you can get 2 of these out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So we're going to start on the short side, on the 5-inch side, and we're going to score at, oops, I have the wrong take your pick tool. Here we go. I need the one with the scoring attachment. So here we go with at 1.5, and then I'm going to rotate it and do 1.5 on the other side. And then we'll rotate it to the 6.5-inch side, and we're going to score at 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 5.5. And then we're going to come up over here to the 2.25 inch mark, and we're going to just make a little tick mark, just like that. Just rub your stylus just like that. And then flip it so we can do the opposite side, 2.25. And those sections are going to become our tapered sections. So that's it with the scoreboard. So now I'm going to bring in a ruler and let's finish scoring. We need to make the score lines for the tapered edge. So what I'm going to do is take my stylus and put it on that tick mark that we made, line my ruler up, and then scoot it over to where it will meet at that corner where those 2 lines intersect, just like that. So we're making a triangle. And so put this here and then down and just mark it down there. And then we'll come over to the other side and the same thing. Put my stylus here, match up my ruler, and then score. One more. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold on all of the score lines, and you want to use your bone folder to get nice crisp folds so that your box will stand up nice and pretty. Don't worry about using your bone folder on those score lines that we made with our ruler. Don't worry about those. Okay, so now let's do some cutting. This lower section here is what we're going to start with. And I'm going to just simply cut up the score line, stopping at that first horizontal. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And you're cutting out the score line. So here I've gone a little to the left, and here I'm going to go a little to the right. Then we're going to rotate it this way. And now we're going to cut up to and stop at the 3rd score line here. So again, I'm to the little to the left of the score line, and I'm just going to cut up and stop at that 3rd horizontal, and then we'll do the same thing over here, little to the right of the score line and stopping at that 3rd. Okay. Now I am a little particular, so you can just use scissors to do this, but I like to do it this way. So I'm going to take my trimmer, and it doesn't matter which section you start with, but you're just going to fold back that middle section, and I'm going to put that fold mark at the 1/2 inch. So it's easier for me. I kind of start at, okay, there's the 1, and then I'm just going to go over 2, so that I know that I'm at the 1/2 inch, and we're just going to cut those off. And then we'll do the other side, same thing, fold the middle section back, put that fold line on the 1/2 inch mark, and cut. There we go. Now I've already cut my patterned paper here, so I chose this little plaid pattern, and what we're going to do is there'll be one here, and one here. Okay, but the other, we do have to do just a bit more trimming, but this is the fun pattern that we're using. So let me bring back my snips, and we're going to fold that section back and just cut these at a bit of an angle. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just taking a little bit off, making sure we're cutting out the rest of that score line that's left. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in my corner rounder. Use whichever corner rounder you have. I'm going to be using a retired one from Stampin' Up. We don't currently carry one. But this long section here, we're going to round these 2 corners. This is going to be our tuck tab. So I'm just going to put this in here and round both of those corners. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on my patterned paper. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat and my liquid glue. You could use tear and tape or whatever your favorite adhesive is. You just want to make sure it's a strong one. And put a little bit of glue down. And mine doesn't really have a directional pattern, but it does have a pattern. So I want to just be mindful of that. I want it to go this way so that the pattern is continuous versus putting it that way and then it's opposite. So that might be personal preference, but this is how I'm going to do it. This is actually the back of the box here. And then this one will go on the front of the box. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to take and add glue to this tab here. And we're going to make this folded edge meet up with that score line there, or cut line there. And then just kind of hold it for just a second. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And you could use tear and tape or Seal Plus. I'm just going to make those corners nice and square. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and do these both at the same time. And I'm just going to fold them in a little and pull that up. And then I can get my edges lined up with those folded lines. Just like that. And we'll let it adhere. Give it a chance to grab. There we go. And then you should just be able to push this in like this on those tapered marks. And this is going to come down and fold in just like that. So then you've got your little tapered treat box. Cute, right? Okay, so not doing any stamping on this one. I kept it really simple because I want to be able to make quite a few of these. Like make the whole bag of Hershey Nuggets, right? So here's my my Real Red Heart, and I'm gonna grab my dimensionals. I've got some of these left over from a class here, so I've got some ones that are cut in half, and we'll just put those on there. There we go, and then get rid of those paper backings, and this will go right here in the front. And then I'm going to open this back up, and I'm going to bring in this Real Red ribbon. This is part of a combo pack. It's the Real Red and burlap, I believe. Burlap trim. So I'm going to put it around the inside of my box. Make sure it's not twisted, and then I'm going to tuck this down to help me kind of hold it. And then we're going to tie this. We're going to attempt to tie this in a bow, except I've got myself backwards. Here we go. Again, I'm making sure that it's not twisted. I like my cut edge to be on the left. There we go. That's what was confusing me. Okay, so then we bring this over, and we're just going to tie a sweet little bow. There we go. And then we'll get it cleaned up there and snip off this edge right there. There we go. And then you could put a little glue dot underneath there if you wanted to make secure it a little more. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm going to bring in my iridescent rhinestones, and we're going to take one and just put it right up here. And that's it. So super cute, quick, simple, not a whole lot of steps. And this is what it looks like from the top. So there you go. So I thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I've got all of my links posted in the description of the video. Bye.